1997 Mitsubishi FTO GP version R road car in VR. Hello there everybody and welcome to Overfed Gaming. I am the Overfed. Today we're driving a 1997 Mitsubishi FTO GP in a special race called the Mitsubishi FTO 1 make. Meaning all the cars in the race are Mitsubishi FTOs. They're all the same. We're driving at the Autopolis International Racing Course. So we're doing 5 laps. We started 10th of 10 and we started with the rolling start. Now these laps are decent length. They're going to take a little bit of time to do, but we don't have race cars on the track. Well, they're road cars. They're not really race cars. They don't go a billion miles an hour. So the laps are going to take a little while. Now, with the cars being what they are a little bit of a challenge to drive clean. If you go too fast, they really jerk around the corners and they're not quite as easy to drive. So if you slow down a little bit, they smoothen out a little bit better, but you don't get to advance or race or pass as much as you might like. But it's not really an issue because you only got 9 cars to pass and we've got 5 laps to do it in. Now we've already passed one before we finally get past our second car, but we're only a half a lap in. So there's not really too much to worry about. The track is a lot of back and forth, not a lot of real great places to pass unless you can power around somebody around the outside like that. You have to be in the right spot on the track for that to work properly. So that doesn't always work out for you. Other than that, there isn't really a lot of places you can pass, and because you're all kind of powered the same, it's more driving style that's going to win you the race. Now here, as you can see, you pretty well have to stay in the line because you're not going to get around. But we're almost finished the lap. And then once we get down by the grandstand, that's when we'll have the straight section. But once again, because they're all the same cars, we're powered pretty much the same. And you can pass, but it's going to take a little bit of effort and a lot of road, a lot of track before you can actually finally get past one. So it's going to take a little while, but that's okay. Like I said, we've got, well, we passed, what is it, 3, 4 cars now, and we're just starting our second lap. So it took a little while to pass it, but it's still only 1 lap. So we got lots of time. And if we've passed 4, that means we've got 5 left to go. And there's 3 right here in front of us. Now, there again, we got to try and figure out how are we going to get this past this little blue one right in front of us, because he keeps driving in my optimal lane, and when I try to power around the outside of him, it's just not enough. I just can't quite get by. So we're just going to have a little bit of patience and just hang tough a second, because a straighter stretch of road will present itself. When we manage to be able to squeeze in beside him here, usually that will do the trick. If you can get your nose in beside a car when you're going around the corner, it doesn't matter whether it's on the inside or the outside. The outside's a little tougher, but you can usually get around them and get by. Anyhow, we are in our second lap, and I've kind of lost track of how many cars we've got left to pass. I believe it's 3 more. This one here in front of us, and 2 more in front of us. Past 5 cars. 6 cars now. So I believe we have 2 more. No, sorry, I believe that was 7 cars. I believe there's 2 more cars in front of us, and that makes 9. We're the 10th car. Just as we're coming around and finishing our second lap. But those 2 cars that are still left on the track, they're a little ways ahead of us, so we're going to have to catch up to them. But this is where you gotta really exercise your patience. You cannot go too fast. Just drive the optimal driving track and just wait till you get to the straights, like right here. And that's when you can hammer down. You can see them up ahead there. They're a little ways up ahead, but we're only starting our 3rd lap. We're not even halfway through the race yet. And then when you get to the corner, slow right down. We've got lots of time. Lots of time. We will catch up to them, but we're going to do it slowly. Because when you, like I said, when you try to race this car too fast, especially around the corners, I tell you, it's very, very hard to handle. Very hard to handle. It doesn't drive very nice. But you slow down a little bit like we're doing, and we're still catching those guys. They're not getting away, so we're still going a little bit faster than they are. And maybe we're taking the corners a little bit quicker than they are too, I suppose. Well, we're getting closer. We're about halfway through the race now. We're about halfway through this lap. And 2 cars to go. And as long as we can see the competition right in front of us, it's not much of an issue. You know, now we're not within striking distance of them yet, but like I said, we got after this lap, we got 2 to go, so we can see where they are, and they're not getting away on us. And that's what you want. You want to slowly catch up to that orange one and see if you can get by him before this lap is over. And then we're sitting in a really good position. But these guys, they keep zipping away on me. Yeah, they're pretty zippy little cars. They're going to be tough to pass, especially when the speed is pretty close to what you're doing, and they're going from side to side, and you don't get much of an opportunity to get by them. So we're just going to stick with them, maybe down by the grandstand. We're getting close to that now anyhow. We're almost at the end of the 3rd lap. Oh, we could have almost pushed by him there, but didn't quite have enough power. That's okay. Every once in a while around these corners, I like to push them a little bit and see what they'll do. So I go over to the side a little bit and make it look like I'm trying to pass them, just to see if they'll go faster or if they drop off or whatever. Then you get different reactions from the different cars. Now here, we gotta try and get by that orange car. But like I said, he's got it hammered down too, so he doesn't want you to get by him. We're gonna catch up to him really slowly. But he cut us off there just before we got to the corner. And there's no way we would have been able to take him on the inside there. But he's not gonna lose the Overfed that easily. And when we get a little bit of room here, we can get up beside him. There we go. We got him. Now we got by him. We've only got 1 car left to go. There again, we could stay behind him and wait till an opportune moment, because we got over a lap and a bit to go. So we just gotta wait for that moment. See, you go a little bit over to the side, and they cut back in front of you. I could have cut on the inside and gone by him there, but I didn't want to do that. Wait a little bit longer, because we know we got some straighter sections coming, and maybe right about in here. No, there's not enough room here. And wait just a little bit more. Maybe around this corner seems like a nice straight stretch right in here. That's where you can take your chance and see if you can get by him. Just like that. And once you get by him, now you're the leader, and that means that you got to set the pace for the race. Keep an eye on them in your rear view mirror and see how you're driving. And if they stay in the same spot, then you got to go a little bit faster. Just want to create a little bit more of a buffer zone between him and you. And as long as you can see him in your rear view mirror, he's still a little too close. Anything that happens to you now, if you drive off the track, he will be by you, and you will not be able to catch up to him, because the 1 lap will not be enough time. He'll get too much of a lead on you. So now the whole idea is just to drive with a little bit of patience. You got the lead. Hammer it on the straights. Slow right down on the corners. Take it easy. Have a nice safe lap, and we can call it a day with a checkered flag at the end and have another win on our belt. And come around the corner here, like I said, just use the full width of the track and let it fall through there. If you feel you're going too fast, just take your foot off the throttle and let it coast a little bit. We can still see those cars every once in a while, but I don't think they're close enough to be able to make a break for a pass here, so I don't think that's going to happen. The only way that they're going to be able to get by you now, the only way for you to lose the race is if you make a mistake. So if you just keep it driving nice and straight, go from side to side, don't drive off the track, don't go too fast, keep an eye on that rear view mirror, and you're going to be pulling in the win on this race here. Absolutely awesome race. It's a cool little car, not one of my favorites to drive, that's for sure, but it does take a little bit of talent to drive it. And if you want to drive it fast, you got to drive it the proper way. So it does take a little bit of talent, and it's fun to drive. You know, and it was an awesome race. I did enjoy this race. 5 laps. It was kind of cool. Nice clear blue sky, and it's almost like a Sunday afternoon during this last little victory lap. Absolutely awesome. Really enjoyed it though. It was fun. I hope you enjoyed the video too, and I hope you got some tips or anything out of it. And if you just came to watch it just for the fun, that's fantastic. Come down and watch the video, like it, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button if you don't want to miss any of the upcoming videos. You got some good ones going on. Anyhow, in the meantime, you've been driving in a 1997 Mitsubishi FTO GP with me, the Overfed.